Hey guys, I'm Bosley and welcome to my channel. Are you looking for a new build to try out? Or are you on a budget? Or you always wanted to try that one build that everyone else is playing? Stick around as I will share with you my budget build for Blade Vortex Assassin for less than 80 chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, babies and elephants, welcome to another new video. My name is Bosley, and today I want to bring for you guys Blade Vortex Assassin. This is a budget build, part of my budget series, which is the whole build will cost you less than 80 chaos to get you started. As you can see in the showcase, the clear speed for the map clearing is just so fun and so satisfying to look at. The only thing is you need to click a few times and before you move forward. Something like Cyclone, but you don't have to hold your trigger all the time. But the clear speed is just huge for the budget itself. Like, I'm so surprised with the budget of just 80 chaos, I was able to clear the map, even a tier 16 with fully juiced map with such good clear speed. I mean, compared to a lot of builds out there, this is definitely a very fun build to play with. Now I finally understand this is my first time playing a Blade Vortex as well. So I wanted to give myself an opportunity to try this out with a very low budget, and yes, it worked out quite well according to what I felt. So without further ado, let's go into the build. So definitely going for Assassin. So let's go for the Ascendancy first. So the Assassin, first off, I will always recommend, if you're starting on a fresh character, or you're trying to try this Assassin out, this is your first character, always go for the first node, which is Mistwalker. The reason for this is because it gives you a chance to gain Elusive on crit strike. That's number one. So what Elusive does is it will grant you 15% chance to dodge spell and attack hits, which gives you a lot more survivability, and it also gives you 30% increased move speed, which is good. And also, when you gain Elusive, you will gain 15% attack and cast speed. While you're elusive, you take reduced damage while you're elusive, and it will increase the elusive effect by 25%, and you take no extra damage from crit strikes from the enemy. So when the enemy try to crit strikes you, you're not going to take any extra damage from it. So definitely a very good starting node that you want to pick up. After that, you can pick up Unstable Fusion. So this one gives you additional power charge. It gives you a chance, 10% chance to gain a power charge when you crit, 20% chance to gain a power charge when you don't crit, which is good. So that is how we are generating our power charges all the time. And then after that, you can pick up Deadly Infusion. So this one gives us a base crit of 1.5%. So it will give us a huge bump on our crit chance. And also it gives you 5% crit multi per power charge. So currently I'm running about 9 power charges right now because we're in a budget. So 9 power charges gives us 45% increased crit multi just on this node alone. And also 10% increased move speed while you're at maximum power charges. So when you're at 9, you get 10% increased move speed plus the elusive. So that's why you can run around the map like crazy, like a madman, okay? And then after that, last but not least, you want to pick up Opportunistic. So this one gives us additional 20% move speed if you killed recently, because we kill all the time, we are running around the map. So this makes map clearing and running around the map a lot more smoother, and it gives you a lot of mobility, and it will give you a lot more faster clear speed. Damage from your crit strikes cannot be reflected. 25% more damage when there are at most one rare or unique enemy. So that's when you're bossing, especially when you're bossing Conquerors, when you're bossing Cyrus and stuff like that. It'll give you 25% more damage, not increase, 25% more. So it scales a lot more compared to increased 25% damage. And also 10% reduced damage taken when there are at least 2 rare or unique enemies nearby. So that means when you're map clearing the boss, you take 10% reduced damage as well, which is really cool. So that is the Ascendancy for Assassin. You can't go wrong with Assassin. Definitely something that you want to take note. Next up, we're going to talk about the gear choices. Now, how are we going to achieve 9 power charges? By default, we only get 3. Just going to go through a little bit of the skill tree here while I'm at it. So 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Those are 3. So that's 6. There's 6 power charges. So 3 default, 3 on the tree, skill tree, that's 6. Okay. 1 from the Ascendancy point over here, that's 7, and 2 from our Void Batteries, 1 and 1, so there'll be 9. Now, the only most expensive part of the build will be the Void Batteries, but Void Batteries actually drop actually drop in terms of price by a large amount. It was, I think, about 50 chaos before this, and now it's only like 20 chaos, and as of this video might probably be less than that, which is you can get it for less than 20 chaos. The rolls on the Void Battery doesn't really matter that much. Of course, if you can get a perfect roll, that'll be fine, but either way, it's still the cheapest option for this to give you the most amount of power charges. So power charges, the more power charges we have, the more crit damage, the crit multi, crit chance, everything else. So that's why we want all the power charges we can get. So 2 Void Batteries over here, and the helmet, I just got this 20% increase Blade Vortex duration, because the 30% one will cost you quite an expensive amount. So because we're talking about a budget build right here, that's why we are going for 20% instead. 20% and 30% is just 10% difference. If you can afford it, go for it. If you can't, just 20% will do just fine. 20% increase is better than 0% increase. So the longer duration your Blade Vortex stays, the lesser you need to charge it. So if you can see, it will stay longer because of the duration. So you want to increase the duration as much as you can, so that you don't have to keep charging it before you walk around and clear the map. So 20% will give you a huge bump, and this one will cost you less than 5 chaos. Definitely less than 5 chaos. It's everywhere. Of course, it's best that you can actually find something that can give you some life and some resist. But either way, you can just get a helmet with this enchant and you can just scour it and just craft your own, whatever you want to do with it. Fine. So this one, 20% increased duration will be very helpful. The replica here is Truth, which is something that I've always been using for the past few builds. I always liked this particular amulet. The whole reason because it gives us a level 22 hatred, so that gives us quite a good amount of DPS. It gives us a good amount of dexterity, which is really what we need as well for the gems. And it also gives us 50% less mana reservation. So that means you will be able to, like me, you will be able to put up 3 heralds on top of the hatred. If you're using any other amulet, it's fine, but you won't be able to use 3 herald buffs up and running. So I'll definitely recommend this. The replica Harry's Truth goes for less than 10 chaos, I'm pretty sure. So you can get this anywhere else on trade chat, you know, something like that. Just get it. Definitely will be very helpful because you have a good skill, a hatred level 22, dexterity, crit multi, and also leech, and also hatred less mana reservation. So yeah, definitely best in slot in terms of budget. Another budget that we have here, because we are trying to keep it on budget, we don't want to spend a large amount of currency on the ring just to give us assassin mark on hit. So we can only use elemental weakness because assassin mark is not curse. It's not considered as a hex anymore. It's considered as a mark. So you can only use curse enemies with hex curse on this ring. So this ring, the mark of submission, I'm actually using elemental weakness instead, which doesn't do too bad of a job. It still gives the enemy 40% elemental resistances reduction because we are running a lot of elementals. We have ice, we have purity, we have ash. So that's why this will give us a good amount of bump in damage. So this one, it will automatically curse elemental weakness on the enemy as long as it's in the ring. The other ring is very simple, just life, resist, and yeah, life and resist mainly. And then over here we have the glove. So glove, also this is just one of the trash gloves that I have. Just gives us resist and also some increased damage against chill enemies. It's really cool. If you can get life on it, good. Very simple. It's very straightforward. Like the ring, the gloves and the boots, it's very straightforward. Just life, resist, just everything else to cap your life and resist. Because here I can have more than 90% of my all resistances except for chaos. It's more than 90%, so we get a good amount of elemental resist. So not to worry there. The boots is just move speed, dexterity, life, and some resist. And the belt, just using darkness and throne because if you're getting a Stygian Vice with life and resist, it's going to cost you a lot more than getting this way. So it's going to cost you at least 20, 30C or 40C just for the belt itself, which is no point because I'm trying to keep this in my budget. So just use darkness and throne. Now, a lot of you don't know, darkness and throne is actually very, very, very useful. Why? Because of the 75% increased effect of the Socket Jewels. Now, I'm using 2 Abyss Jewels here. So mainly on the Abyss Jewels, I'm just getting life and resist. That's what you're actually going for on the Stygian Vice anyway. So here there's 28 life on this one. Here's there's 28 on life on this one. So that means I have 56 life, but it doesn't stop there. Now, on this 56 life, I gain extra 75% increased effect on that 56 life. So I'm getting way more than just 56. I'm getting like 80 or 70 to 80 life or even more. So that's why the increased effect. And also the resist. So 2 of this gives me resist as well. Any damage that you have on it, it will scale as well on the 75% effect. But mainly, I'm just putting it there for life and resistances. So it will scale with the 75% increased effect. So I would definitely recommend this. This belt, you can get it for less than 1 chaos. Very, very, very cheap. And that is the gear choices that we have for you. And next up, we're going to talk about the gem links. Now, the main gem links here, we will have Blade Vortex for sure. Just get a level 21 if you can. Or you can just use the level 20, doesn't matter. Intensify, so what does Intensify do is when you're bossing right next to the boss right here. Okay, let's assume that Pain is the boss. So what Intensify does is, first of all, it gives you a huge amount of increased area effect. So your Blade Vortex, the increased area effect will be increased by 52%. Okay, based on my level, it's not even level 20 yet. And so you will gain more area damage, but you will lose area of effect as it intensifies. So it stacks up 3 times. So how does intensity work? Now let's say you press once, it will work 1, again 2, again 3. So as long as you don't move, it will stay up 3 stacks. So you will gain increased area damage instead of area effect. Now if you move, it will become increased area effect instead. Look how it went a lot bigger than. So if I'm not moving, basically it's like concentrated effect, right? So if I'm not moving, it's going to be like this radius over here. Okay, so if I started moving, it's going to be even bigger, as you can see, right? Okay, so that is intensity. So it's a very good skill gem to support. And then control destruction just because we get more spell damage. Over here we have energy leech support, so we can get more damage from while you're leeching energy shield. And 25% more damage when you're on full energy shield. Power charge on crit, so we get more power charges generation, and also more crit chance on power charge, and more damage per power charge. So we have 9, so 4% more damage per power charge, meaning 9 times 4 we'll be getting 36% more damage from the power charges itself. And then lastly, we want to use Unleash. So the reason why we get using Unleash is because it gives you increased spell damage, and also instead of pressing 10 times to charge up 10 charges of the Blade Vortex, you just need to click a few. So 1 time you click, you get 5 charges. 2 times you get 10. So you basically need to click 2 times and then you can just move. And then every now and then just click once. And then if it drops to 5, you just click once. You see? So yeah. Unleash. Really, really good gem. So that is the main link. On the utility, we are having Immortal Core with cast when damage taken. And also we are using Chaos Golem because it gives us more physical damage reduction, because we want to get more layers of defense on our character, even though we have 5.3k life, but we still need a lot more defensive layers when we are doing high tier maps. On the helmet, we have Flame Dash linked with Arcane Surge, so when you Flame Dash until you reach a certain amount, you will get Arcane Surge, which gives you more spell damage and cast speed. And Withering Step will also remove your existing elusive buff and give you a stronger buff, so you can move a lot faster. Culling Strike, just in case because Flame Dash will be doing a good amount of damage as well, because it's spell, because you're scaling a lot of spell damage, so it will give you a chance to Culling Strike as well. On the gloves, we have Spell Totem with Wave of Conviction, and a Portal Gem because I don't like carrying Portal Scrolls, so Portal Gem will be very useful for me. And you have an extra slot here, you can put in everything you want. There are much more gems out there. You can actually make this build a lot better. I'm not saying this is the best build, I'm just working out what suits me best. There's a lot of ways to work this around and make it better. Will be for me to progress with, okay? And on the boots, we are having Herald of Purity, Enlighten level 3, not level 4, Herald of Vice, and Herald of Ash. So the 3 heralds will be linked with Enlighten on the boots. And that is the skill gem. Now we're going to talk about the Flask. Now the Flask we're using a very simple Flask, just the Life Flask. Aziri's Promise, cheap Flask, but gives us a good amount of DPS boost. Definitely not needed a Cinder Swallow's Urn, especially with the critical strike chance during Flask effect. So you can easily replace this. You can even use Soul Catcher if you want to use Vile Blade Vortex, because this will give you increased crit chance and also increased damage. Or you can use a Sulfur Flask that gives you increased damage and Consecrated Ground, so it gives us more generation on life and energy shield. Or you can use more defensive flasks like Ample Quartz Flask that gives us dodge and phasing. Diamond Flask for more crit chance, and also a Quicksilver Flask for more movement. And that is the Flask. Now we're going to talk about the Pantheons. The Pantheons, as always, are for mapping. I've always used Lunaris. So Lunaris will give us additional physical damage reduction for each nearby enemy. And also Garukan will give us more movement speed if you have not been hit recently. So that is my Pantheon. Bandit will be helping Alira so that we get the additional resist, and also the crit multi. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the skill tree. So skill tree, you are going to start off at the over here. So we are going down this route because increased physical damage will be scaling for our Blade Vortex, because Blade Vortex is a physical skill. So we are scaling with this one, so we get more juice out of the DPS. So fist over here. Coordination will give us more cast speed, and also dexterity and intelligence. And then Blood Siphon for life. Trickery for more crit chance and some dexterity as well, and increased damage. Assassination for more crit multi and crit chance. Cold-hearted calculation for more damage and intelligence and mana regen. Power charge over here. And then gem slot just to put in the gems, the jewel. The jewel is just mainly you just want to get life and some crit chance if you can. Very simple. Mainly focusing on the maximum life. Blood Drinker here for life as well. And then moving up here, we are picking up Written in Blood, so more life and energy shield and some strength, because we need strength for some of our gems as well. And then after that, you'll pick up Throat Seeker over here. So Throat Seekers will give us crit multi as well. Soulforge is part of the attunement for the amulet, because Soulforge will give us increased fire damage, increased cold damage, fire cold res, and also crit chance. Not bad, very cheap to anoint. And then down here, just a jewel socket, again, life and attributes and area damage. You can get jewels with area damage. It will also increase the DPS for your Blade Vortex. And then Deep Wisdom for Deep Wisdom over here, so that we can link it up. So Deep Wisdom will give us some energy shield, mana, and intelligence as well. And then Heart and Soul for more life and mana. And then after that, Blast Radius for increased effect and increased area damage, because we can scale the damage by scaling area damage and area effect. And then after that, a jewel socket here again for maximum life and crit chance. Another power charge. Cruel Preparation for life and resist. And then move up here, you want to pick up this node, a Disciple of the Forbidden. So this one gives us a minimum power charge by 1. So by default, we're having 1 minimum power charge over here. 8% chance to gain power charge on kill. 8% increased damage per power charge. Times 9 will be 30. Times 9 will be 72% increased damage. 9 power charges. So 8% damage increased per power charge times 9, 72. And then crit multi per power charge 5 here again. So 9, 5 is 45% increased crit multi. 8% crit chance per power charge. So 8% times 9, 72% increased crit chance again. And mana regen 8 times 9, 72% increased mana regeneration as well. So these nodes over here will help you a lot. And as I mentioned before, we are using Unleash. So here you can pick up additional Unleash seal gain frequency. So here we'll give us additional seal and also crit chance for our spells. And then down here you want to pick up Enigmatic Reach. So this one gives us cast speed. And also, this is actually a mistake. I was meant to take this off. Okay, moving down here, and then after that you want to pick up Quick Recovery. And then after that, Cobalt Jewel. And then down here, you want to pick up Potency or Will, because it gives you skill effect duration, because we need to increase the duration of our Blade Vortex. And down here for mana regen and life regen, and here mainly the life nodes over here. I'm just going to pick this up real quick. So we got 5.5k, more life, more sustainability. And then over here, you want to pick up Arcade Potency. So Arcade Potency gives you crit chance and crit multi. Purity of Flesh for more life and chaos res. And then over here, this one is quite important. You want to get a Thread of Hope with only affects passives in large ring. So when you take large ring, you'll be able to pick up this node, which gives us 6% mana reduce, which is important for us to equip our heralds. Amplify for more of area effect and area damage. Discipline Training for the huge bump of life. And also additional life node over here and reduce mana cost of skills. So this one will cost you a few chaos as well. Thread of Hope, really cheap. Definitely recommend that you get this one. Not worried about the minus, even though it's 15% all res is fine. We are still overcapped with resistances anyway. It's fine. Don't have to worry about that one. And then lastly, you want to pick up Devotion. So this one gives us life, more strength because we need the strength for our gems, and also increased effect of non-curse auras from our skills. And yes, I have covered all the skills in the skill tree. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's mainly everything you need to know about this budget build for less than 80 chaos. Very, very cheap build for the price that you're paying. Definitely well worthwhile, and you will have a lot of fun playing this build. This build still has a lot of potential. You can see people scaling this build like crazy, like mad. You can even throw in a hit hunter, and it's gonna go crazy and stuff like that. There's so much room for improvement. Definitely something that you want to try out. The pros and cons. The pros, definitely map clearing. The very good mobility, very fun to play with. Cons, I would say you need to put in a bit more investment to get more damage out of the single target for your boss. I mean, during the boss fights, it's still fine. It's not that bad, but it's not the best. So there's still a lot of room for improvement. And if you guys have any suggestions or advice that you can give me, or you want to share with everyone, please drop a comment down below and share with everyone. I really appreciate your comments and your suggestions. I do take note on them. And I do build guides, especially budget series. I do focus a lot more on budget builds because I realized that a lot of players out there, they're especially new, they want to try something that everyone's playing, but they can't afford to play or put out their kind of currency. So I am trying to give you guys an alternative that you can actually try out kind of the build and have fun with it, you know? Mainly we're just playing this game just to have fun. No pressure. Yeah, so I do build guides almost every week. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate you. And also, I hope I see you guys on the next video. Peace out.